We all have influence. Kurt Thompson extensively writes about interpersonal biology, which emphasizes how our relationships shape our brains. According to this theory, our brains are deeply interconnected with those around us. With this in mind, who we are, what we share, and how we act have powerful impact on those around us. Our influence can be intentional or unintentional, positive or negative, and can have both short-term or long-term effects. Consider your circle of influence: your spouse, children, extended family, your church community, co-workers, your friends, sports teams, local shopkeepers, restaurant staff, and your social media following. Anyone you spend time with is influenced by your presence. See, power is the ability to get things done or control others, while influence is the ability to inspire others to act a certain way. Regardless of your role in these relationships, whether you have positional authority or not, you possess influence. At the core of our influence is the gospel. Our lives' transformation must become a glorification of God. It's not our story, it's God's story. It's not our resources, it's God's. We are not heroes, God is. Others desperately need to hear about God's design and plan for the world. Otherwise, as seen throughout Scripture, people will create their own ideas and remain confused or lost. Jesus exercised influence rather than power. While he had a significant following and was seen as a spiritual leader, he did not wield political or military power. Instead, Jesus inspired others through his words, his actions, emphasizing compassion, forgiveness, and love, and encouraging his followers to do the same. This approach is as counterintuitive now as it was in Jesus' time. How would others describe your influence on them? What we find most meaningful will seep into our influence. In Ecclesiastes 2, King Solomon reminds us that no earthly possessions will ever fill us with true meaning and purpose. Paul, in his letter to the Philippians, reminds us that even though he had perfected religious practices, they were nothing compared to being in a relationship with Jesus. We can spend a lifetime improving ourselves, focused on personal development and growth, trying to accomplish great things, making money, or experiencing everything life has to offer. We can strive to be the best at something or live our family values to an extreme. Yet, genuine satisfaction at the end of life comes from focusing on eternal rather than earthly treasures. When all the false idols in your life have been uncovered, and when you stand in front of God with your accomplishments, your struggles, skills, and shortcomings, there is a path to a succinct purpose. No matter when you start thinking about this, God has a way of directing your life and opening doors for you to succeed in what He has called you to do. Our primary purpose is to be in relationship with God and to experience His presence in everything that we do. Over the past weeks, we have worked on building a firm foundation that reflects the gospel in daily life. Now it's time to bring this message to the world. Before we jump in, I want to thank you for joining us over the last few weeks. We hope you found new tools to help your family thrive and grow in faith. After we complete today's session, we hope you continue setting goals for yourself, your marriage, and your family, building a firm foundation for generations to come. Now, let's dive into the final 3 holy habits: mission, hospitality, and evangelism.